we support workshops and trainings with daily soft skill challenges after the workshop. That's our first product.
And you thought, yeah, okay, the workshop was pretty good and interesting, but then it's like super hard to change your routines.
Yeah, the other product is where we work directly with teams where they can choose what they want to learn for the next month, and then get a challenge, a soft skill challenge every day related to this topic.
Okay, cool. So do you have also like recommendation to your customers? Like we would say, okay, like a pizza evening or the day off or something. This is like really welcoming from the employees and.
Yeah, I think it's like really motivating, especially in these times where everyone's like separated in their home office, to come together and have like a team event, and it can be something like small, like have a coffee together as a team.
So would you say the first prototype is like comparable to the DayOff nowadays?
Where people come together and learn, for example, how to communicate, how to lead, how to work together as a team. They are really hyped after the workshop.
BotTalk podcast.
Hello and welcome to our podcast. Today our guest is Corin from DayOff, and he will talk about a bit why he founded DayOff and what they're actually doing. And I would say you first starting maybe introducing yourself a bit, and then we can talk about like your start of DayOff.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks a lot for having me. I'm Corin Freyer. I'm the co-founder of DayOff. I studied psychology in Kiel, made a diploma there, and parallel to that, I studied software engineering. So I made both psychology and software engineering, and then I started making a coaching. Studied like coaching for 1 year. And started to help companies in the change management process. And after that, I started with a good friend of mine who studied psychology and software engineering as well, DayOff, like 2 years ago or something.
Okay, and how do you come to the idea that you think, okay, DayOff is like a good idea, and then what are you actually doing at DayOff, maybe also for our people who are hearing you?
Yeah, we started DayOff because when I help these companies in the change management process or in the coaching, workshop, training provider business, we saw that a lot of workshops where people come together and learn, for example, how to communicate, how to lead, how to work together as a team. They are really hyped after the workshop or after a training, and want to apply that into their day-to-day work routine, but have a really hard time when it's the next Tuesday or something to actually apply it. They forgot the half of it and maybe are too stressed out to actually apply it. And there we said, hey, isn't there a solution where we can support persons in teams learning soft skills, for example, in their day-to-day work? So to actually apply, stuff and not only learn it in a working context.
Okay, so when they're working with or learning with DayOff, you don't have. This is not like an additional to the workshops at the company, so it's like completely an own workshop, which is like they can learn whenever they want, like every day at work.
Yeah, we do both actually. So we support workshops and trainings with daily soft skill challenges after the workshop. That's our first product, one product, and the other product is where we work directly with teams where they can choose what they want to learn for the next month, and then get a challenge, a soft skill challenge every day related to this topic. And then after a month, they can choose again what they want to do for the next month. And they earn points for every soft skill challenge they complete as a team. And if they got enough points, they unlock team events like having a pizza together or going for a hike together. Or if they earn a lot of points, they can actually get a day off, like a mental health day, for example. That's why we call it day off.
Ah, okay. There's the connection to it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And when I just have a look on your app or website, it seems to me it's like a similar structure as like the language apps where you can learn like a new language or something. So it's always like a little task you have, or how does it actually work?
Yeah, it's for example, you get a little challenge every day. For example, you can get the challenge, hey, Sophia, go to a team member today and tell her or him what you appreciate about their work. For example, a little challenge from our appreciation module, for example. Or it could be, hey, Sophia, try out this new time management method, for example, and then you get this 3 steps. So you get like a little impulse, a little soft skill challenge, which is focused on actually applying something in your day-to-day work routine. So it's not only about learning, it's more about doing.
Yeah, okay, yes. But this sounds pretty good for me, because I always have like similar experience when I was like in a workshop from the company. It was like a super long day. After that, you're like completely tired. And also when you have like these soft skills coaching sometimes, then you need to make like play like an actor, a specific role, and then they film you, and after that you see the video and need to analyze how you're actually doing. And this was sometimes for most of the employees, it was like super embarrassing also, because they didn't feel super comfortable when they just like need to play their role, which they have on work, because that's now like a not a real situation. And then most of the person, they didn't know how to handle the situation. And then I think that's like pretty good when they always have like this little tasks, then they can directly like do it while they're working, and then it's also like a real situation, and they don't need to feel uncomfortable with what they're actually learning or doing in the moment.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of different training providers which are doing like good trainings and bad trainings. But even if you have a good training, where people are really hyped, really think, this is a cool training, this was nice, we learned a lot, we want to apply this, then a week later or 2 weeks later, they already forgot about the training. Yeah. And even if they could remember it, there's no trigger to apply what they have learned. So we don't want to like, we want to support trainings. We want to be a tool next to trainings. We don't want to like override trainings or cancel the training culture. We think trainings and workshops, they have their place, but they need support in the day-to-day work routines.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise you're just like falling back in your daily routines. Yeah. And you thought, yeah, okay, the workshop was pretty good and interesting, but then it's like super hard to change your routines.
Yeah, that's it. So studies show that only 6 to 10% are actually applied after a workshop in the workplace. And we want to increase that number. We want to help people to try new things, to actually apply what they have learned in their work context.
Do you have already some like use cases or experiences based like that the employees learned like way better with your method you're now doing?
Yeah, we for the last 2 years, we partnered up with a lot of companies. We, I think, had like 20 customers overall up until now. And with DayOff, even after 2 months, the learning teams are applying, over 75% of the learning teams are applying one action, one impulse every day. So it's like really motivating. Yeah. And with every impulse, with every soft skill challenge, they are learning something and directly applying it. So this is something we focus on a lot. We use a lot of gamification and psychology motivating techniques to make DayOff engaging for the people, so that they like to use it. So make it really simple, make it easy to use. That is motivating for long term.
Okay, cool. So do you have also like recommendation to your customers? Like we would say, okay, like a pizza evening or the day off or something. This is like really welcoming from the employees, and this also on like your psychology theories, it's making sense. So you're supporting the company to the way which is like pretty good how to use DayOff.
I think it's like really motivating, especially in these times where everyone's like separated in their home office, to come together and have like a team event. And it can be something like small, like have a coffee together as a team, for example. And it's really motivating for them, paired with everything else. So it's not like you can just give one external motivation. It's like an external motivation. That's not enough. You have to give really value to the users, that they use it a lot and it has an impact.
Okay, so the motivation and also like the workshops are always like individual for every user or the company who is interested in working with you, right?
So how is it working? We, for example, have like go into a company and they start day off with like 10 teams, for example, every team with 8 to 10 people. And every team can choose out of our skill module what they want to learn, with what they want to start. And then they start as a team in this topic and get a related learning goal. So they can choose from learning goals, for example, communication, communication basics, or communication, how to communicate in a conflict situation. Communication and how to communicate with appreciation, for example. Yeah. And then they choose a learning goal, and then they get a learning challenge out of this learning goal. So they can choose autonomous every day what they want to learn.
Okay, but that's good, because then it's like pretty flexible for every user, and then you can always like decide, okay, now I'm up for like topic A, and next day it's more topic B or something. So I can just like learn what
you want
motivated to learn. Yeah.
And still it's like a topic on top of that for the whole team, where the team, for example, can like talk about this topic. We have integrated something we call team voices, where they can, for example, talk about, hey, what do you think must change in your communication with your customers, for example. And then everybody can say something to that, or you can integrate evaluation directly into DayOff, where the teams can evaluate what they're doing and how they're doing it.
Okay, yeah, nice. Actually, so you started in 2020, right? So how was your like journey from 2020 till now? Was it just like going up or like going down and up? And
I think it was like in every startup. It's like an up and down from day to day. Yeah, we started by building a prototype really early. So in the mid of 2020, we started with a prototype. That's something, I would say what we did really well to start with the prototype in the beginning, and then we found a first customer really early. Tried it out, and it worked worked great. But then we saw, okay, we have to change it that it's more motivating in the long term. So we changed a lot, and then retried it. Since then we had a lot of sprints where we always try to improve DayOff.
So would you say the first prototype is comparable to the DayOff nowadays, or is it completely different now?
Yeah, I think it's comparable in the sense that the key element of one action, one soft skill challenge a day is still there. So this is our core concept. This hasn't changed, and this works great. But we focus more and more on team-based learning. So it's not. So we went away from this is only for individuals, which are learning parallel to each other in our system. More and more to soft skill challenges where they individuals cross, where they talk about stuff in the app, or where they can communicate about what they want to improve, what they already done great. I don't know, a lot of team-based features. Yeah, that's something I would say changed a lot. So our focus changed in this direction.
Yeah. So you started 2020 with, and you and your co-founder was completely alone, and you programmed everything and getting everything ready.
Yeah, we started with Lino. Lino Toraniena is my co-founder, and we studied together psychology and software engineering. And then in the first half a year or something, we coded everything together. We made the marketing, the sales, every call together. So made a lot together. And this is maybe a learning we had to learn. After half a year, we said, we have to split responsibilities. You do that, I do that. So Lino went more into coding. I went more into a role of CEO, role of content creation, sales marketing stuff.
Yeah. To be more efficient in the work,
for sure,
when you're always sitting together in every meeting, then it's time.
Yeah, but we had to learn that, because we came from the same profession, and then it wasn't clear. Hey, what do you do? What do I do? And then we split up the responsibilities, and this was really great.
Yeah, sure, because you have both the same knowledge, and now everyone needs to say, okay, I'm focusing on this part because I'm better with this, or I'm more likely to do this. And I think it's first complicated to find out which role everyone needs.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's still a good thing that we both have the same profession, because we always can talk about, is this feature which we want to program, is this really psychological motivating, or psychology based working, or is this psychology based concept, is this applicable to our app? So we can exchange a lot of ideas, but have our own separate responsibilities.
Yes. Do you have more team members now, or are it still just you two? Or
we first we got funded by the Gründungsstipendium Schleswig-Holstein. There we started in Kiel in Schleswig-Holstein. This is our base where we started. Then we got a funding here in Hamburg. the Inno-founder, and moved to Hamburg. And now in June, we got a big funding from the Wirtschaftsakademie, our investors and strategic partners. So we work a lot with them, together with them. And yeah, with this funding, we could hire more people. So we are now Lino and me in the founding team. Then we have Max, who's doing sales and marketing. We have Rohat supporting us in software development. And we got 2 students working for us and 3 interns. So right now we're 9 people working at DayOff. Yeah.
But that's a good development in 2 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really great. And we really love the teamwork now. So it's cool to start with 2 people and doing everything as a duo, and then you really develop into a team, and have different processes and a different vibe, a different energy. Yeah.
So was DayOff your first startup or founding?
Yeah, it was for both of us. It was the first startup.
Was it tricky in the beginning for you, because it's completely different from coding and psychology, just going to the founding and the business part? For
sure it was really tricky, because everything is new. So when everything is new, it's always tricky, right? You have to start learning a lot, and that's a lot of fun, but a lot of work too. So I would say it was a tricky start, and I think this is something which never stops as a startup, because you always grow, or have a big vision where you work for, and you never stop learning in a tempo that is really fast.
Yes.
I'd say.
Yeah, that's I could definitely agree. So for me, it's also it feels like every day I have another exercise or things to do I never done before, and I need to read all the laws or some other papers and see how it's going, and just learn how we doing by learning by doing, actually. So otherwise it's no other way, because you can't ask a lot of questions. Everyone, always it's good to have someone to talk about, a sparring partner or something, but it's also lots of learning by yourself and going further.
For sure, I think so too.
So you're sitting at the moment at the Impact Hub in Hamburg.
Yeah, that's really great there. Yeah, that's a great community. Shout out to Impact Hub. We really like it there. Really like the community and being around the Impact Hub.
And is everyone of your team also there in the office, or how do you handle this actually?
Yeah, we started at Corona times with DayOff. So what we had in the beginning was home office all the time. So for 2 years, or nearly 2 years, we had a lot of home office. And we really love it that we have our little bureau in the Impact Hub right now. So everyone is moving to Hamburg. Max is moving from Berlin to Hamburg. Lino was in Kiel for a couple of months, moved back to Hamburg now. I'm living in Hamburg all the time. So we are a lot together. Really appreciate it. Really like it to work so close together.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's pretty good when you're close together, because then you can go more productive and quicker through some topics which are more strategic, and you need more to think about it and discuss it actually.
For sure, or even if you don't discuss for a lot of things, but you can go fast. Hey, this email, can you tell me which was the date? Yeah, for sure. Bam, 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 and it's done.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And the team spirit is nice to to see each other and have a coffee together. Like this whole team development, what we support with DayOff, team building, team developing as a team. This is something we like.
Mm-hmm. Do you also like use DayOff in your own team?
For sure, for 2.5 years now. Yeah, we use it a lot because we think it has to be something which helps the continuous learning, the continuous development of the people, of our users, has to be user-centric developed. Mm-hmm. So, and therefore it helps a lot to use your own product every day, sure, because you learn a lot. I think you have like a different kind of a different kind of view if you are the developer and the user. So you have to make a lot of user interviews as well, but it definitely helps to use your own product.
Do you sometimes always like use it your product, and then you say, okay, now I have another idea which I can improve, or this is not working? Or
yeah, for sure, every day. I think we're like we criticize and try to improve DayOff a lot. So we find something every day, actually.
But that's good. So I mean, it's still in development, and you always want to be like getting better. And I think then it's pretty good when you use your own program or product. I could imagine that it's not everyone is doing it like this, because I also use our product, but I think I use it less than you.
Yeah, for sure, because our product is usable by every company. So, and we are a company, so we can use it. And there are products out there, which are developed by a startup, which they cannot use themselves.
Yes, and then I think it could be like it's trickier then to find like these bugs, or like the user experience is not that good, or like when you're clicking here and there, that's not like logical for the user at the end. Then I could imagine that it's like easier also like finding these new ways to improve it, everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But that's right. I think for us, the using of our product, of our own product, is like cool to make an emotional connection as well with the product. Mm-hmm. So this is something we learned in our way, that you have to like what you're doing. You have to like your product. And this is sometimes like in the beginning, in the earliest days, it's like really hard, because you have to develop a prototype, you have to develop something, and you have to test it at a point where you're not 100% ready, where you're not saying, I'm 100% sure this is great. So, because when you think this is 100% ready, then you're too late. You didn't test it enough, yes, so, or early enough. So I think this is something in the startup world which is like really hard to handle, that you have to get out there, have to get real customers, real users, before you think this is 100% ready. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, you have to like your product, so, and stand behind your product. So it's like a cycle where you have to improve your product, get out there, improve again, get out there, improve again.
Yeah, always have like short iterations, and also like you need to stand behind your product. Then it's like also easier to sell to the people.
For sure, 100%.
Then you can be like with more emotions, and like yes, this is like pretty good what we're doing, and we're convinced that this is like also good for you as our customers. And I think this is always also for me easier when I really like what I'm doing, just to convince others that it's like a good choice for them.
Yeah.
So actually, you have like now like two years of startup, and you have another. We always already said that you're not from the business part. So, do you have any like fuck ups or like challenges? Would you like a story what you can tell for like maybe as an example? It's always like. I think it's always like good to hear for others like that is not everything is working for everyone, and this is like taking a bit like of the fear of just starting a startup and doing what when you have an idea, just like try it out and see what is like happening.
I think I don't have like a fuck up situation in my mind. I let me think about it later. But what we fucked up or what we did like badly in the beginning is that we asked a lot of people for their opinion. A lot of people and had a lot of meetings and calls and stuff like that. Most of the time it was like interesting and what is good to ask them, but we in the beginning we didn't ask our customers and users enough. And there are a lot of experts out there, but the real expert is always your user or your customer. And that's something we like put a lot of time into talking with a lot of experts, a lot of people in our network. We did that too much, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, so just like some friends, what their opinion
Yeah,
is,
for sure.
or like a professor from the university. What do you think about this?
And they have a lot of ideas, and they are all great. But you have to decide what's the next step, and therefore it's always good to ask your customer.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the one who's paying you, or the user. That's the one who uses your product. So this is I think crucial.
Yeah, this is also actually I studied startup management, and this was just the focus what we learned like. In this study, always go to your customers. My professors always say, don't stick in the office, go to the jungle and talk to the people, because this is like the sense, what you need actually for good product.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. Yeah, and this was our beginning, and I think, even if I don't know or I can't remember like this crazy story fuck up situation, I think we made so many little fuck ups every day, still do, because it's something new. That's the definition of startup. You build something new, hasn't been done before. So you will make failures, fuck ups, or if you think about positive, it's like learning. Learning. Yeah.
Never-ending story of learning.
Never-ending story, yeah.
Okay, Corin, thank you very much for sharing your story today with us. It was pretty interesting to learn what you're actually doing and to get to know your product. And yes, thank you. I hope you liked it also.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Always like to talk about how to help organizations and teams with continuous learning every day. Yeah.
Thank you very much.